Three homages. Buddham saranam gacchami. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. Namo Nams, Namo Nams, Namo Nams, Namo Nams.
Good morning and welcome. I have to tell you that the three homages sounded so beautiful. The three homages sounded very, very beautiful. I think it's on. Can you hear me? Yes? It's on. So, we are gathered here today on this very lovely, beautiful summer day to just soak in some gratitude and compassion and know that you are supported by the wisdom and compassion of Amida Buddha all day, every day. So we open our service today with the chanting of Shoshinge. It is in the seat back pocket in front of you or slightly behind you. And our lineage founder, Shinran Shonin, on the wall up there, wrote this beautiful poem over 800 years ago. And Shinran wanted us to know that we are responsible for leading a path of wholesome karma. We want to plant wholesome karma seeds. And sometimes we don't because we're not perfect, but you can always do better. So we are here to support each other in that planting of wholesome karmic seeds, which you'll be hearing more about later in the Dharma talk. So if you are new and chanting Shoshinge for the first time, it is in Japanese, but don't let that scare you. And it's chanted from the top to bottom and right to left in vertical columns. If you want to just sit and close your eyes and take deep breaths and soak it in, you can do that too. We have 2 other altars in our Hondo. We have the altar of compassion to Kannon Bodhisattva. If you want to light a candle there to offer compassion to yourself or to a dear one, you may do that. If you need a little extra healing energy, Medicine Buddha altar here is for that, and you can offer some incense at that altar. But more importantly, the gratitude of a dear teacher, a parent, a Amida Buddha, just focusing on that gratitude energy is very important. Thank you. I got it. It's on. It's on. I just turned it on. It's on. Shoshinge. Kimyo Muryo Junyorai Namu Fukashigi Ko Hozo Mosai Niji Zai Seiji Zai Obusho Token Shobu Jodoin Kokudo Ninden Shizen Maku Konru Mujo Shushogan Choho Keu Daiguze Gokoshi Yuishi Shoju Jusei Myosho Monji Po Fuho Muryo Muhen Ko Muge Mutai Ko Enno Shoujo Kangi Chie Ko Fudan Nanshi Mushoko Chonichi ga Kosho Jinsei Isai Gunjo Mukosho Hongam Yogo Shoujo Go Shishin Shingyo Ganmin Joto Gakusho Dai Neihan Hishi Medno Ganjoju Nyorai Shoi Koshusei Yuisei Mida Hongon Kai Ojoku Akuji Gunjo Kai Oshin Nyorai Ryo Jitgon Noho Ichinen Kiai Shin Fudan Bon no Tokuneihan Bonsho Gyaku Hosai Eiyu Nyoshu Shinyu Kai Ichimi Seishu Shinko Joshogo Ino Sui Ha Mumyo An Tondai Shinzo Shi Unmu Jofu Shinji Shinjin Ten Hinyoni Kofu Unmu Unmu Shige Myomu An Yakushin Kenkyo Daikyo Ki Sokuo Chose Go Akushu Isai Zenmaku Bonbunin Monshin Yorai Guzegan Udgon Kodai Shogeisha Zeini Myo Fundarike Midabu Hongan Nembu Jaken Kyo Manakushujo Shingyo Juji Jinni Nan Nanshu Shinan Mukashi
インド祭天子論下中華自治期史こそ現代諸公聖書意妙如来本税置き釈迦如来ヨガ戦一種五妙難天竺ルジュ大事出頭聖質の財派有無権先世大乗無情報召喚議事小安楽賢治南行六六信行異行指導楽億年弥陀部本願次年即時入返上唯の上昇如来語大悲偶税音天神菩薩増論世奇妙無下根如来永寿たら謙信寺高専六朝大聖願高有本願力栄光移動群上小維心非入苦毒大崩壊筆脈入大永寿宗特使蓮華造世界即小信用法小信有望の人間人図入生自音自王下本自動乱両天使上皇乱小菩薩来三蔵ルシ十上教本書千行気楽法天神菩薩論中下報道因果見世願方言栄光有他力少女死因唯心人惑前本部新人法承知承知即涅槃一時無量根陽道小有修上回復系同社継承道難所有名浄土活入万千自力変言宗変満直後感染症三部三神慶音言増魔法明道非因異生造惑地偶税思安妖怪称名化全道独名無償意公愛上三両逆悪公明明語権威念開入本願大智慧両者小樹混合心狂気一年総合両位大と逆三人即小法小四上楽原神公開一大教変気安養可二祭先祖出身半仙人法系二道小弁流60悪人類小部解薬剤非正集中煩悩証言水不見大非無見上昇が本次元空妙仏教連民全幕本部人新宗教書後編集戦弱本願具悪性現来生じ臨伝下慶地義上位小子即入弱上無意楽非知信事に納入苦境大自修士と上妻無変極辱悪同族自主愚道心唯可心し 丈夫のこの方は今に自己をへたまえりほしのこうりえぬきわもなくせのもみょうを照らすなり。ナムアミダムナムアミダムナムアミダブナアミダブナムはアミダブナムはアミダブナムはアミダブナムはアミダブナムゲダのコリンキワモナシコウソクカムルモノワミイナウムを離ると述べたもほう平等確に奇妙せよ栄光願にしくどく平等聖祭同母大神往生はナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマ
now it's baby blessing time. We are very excited to do this for lovely members of our Sangha. I would like to invite Brunella and Jake and baby Koa to come up right in front of the altar right here. On behalf of the parents, Jake and Brunella Mestri, we welcome their family. They have lots of family here today, both sets of grandparents and brother and sister-in-law. Welcome. We love celebrating baby blessings and welcoming the newest addition to their sweet family, their son, Koa William Mestri. Koa was born on January 15th of this year. This is a very joyous day for them and all of us. We come together to take part in a ceremony to recognize, honor, and welcome their beautiful baby son, Koa, into the wider community of family and friends and into our Buddhist Sangha. Baby Koa represents our future and the light of the world. He is a celebration of love and life. He brings many wonderful blessings. He came into this world with his own karma. Through the many, many causes and conditions that make up his life, he is a gift to all. We are honored to welcome you to our community. Please know that you always have friends, teachers, and Dharma friends here at the Reno Buddhist Center, in addition to the support and love from your own family and friends. Our community is a place where you can give and receive the Dharma. We will guide you so that you will be aware of your own Buddha nature, the seeds of love, compassion, generosity, ethical discipline, patience, joyous effort, concentration, and wisdom already exist inside of that little being. We will help you to cultivate your own Buddha nature. Trust in the three jewels, the Dharma, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. We will now perform the special blessing with the touch of the Nenju tassels, our special, extra special baby Nenju tassels. On top of Koa's head, you will learn through your own life experiences. We will do our best to give you the skills to make wise decisions and to handle situations creatively with kindness. You are connected, protected, loved, and blessed. Now, to make this slight distinction, you will now try to touch the tassels to his forehead. All of your senses are blessed, protected, and awakened. And now you touch over Koa's heart. May you develop a kind heart in all that you do. Your heart is blessed so that you may feel compassion for yourself and others. And now touch his hands, which you may have already done. Your hands are blessed so that you may reach out to the world and receive all the goodness that comes your way. And now to his feet. I don't know if he has dexterous toes, monkey toes. Your feet are blessed so that you may connect with the earth, be grounded, and stand with confidence and kindness in this world. Know that your spirit is strong and it will guide you through this life. Know that you are deeply loved and that all your presence brings overwhelming joy. And that's the tassel baby blessing ceremony. We welcome you to our Sangha, and we are just very happy that we can be here for you. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namandaps, Namandaps, Namandaps. Yay! And with that, we will be heading down to Dharma School. We will sing out the children with Let the Buddha Walk With You. Let the Buddha walk with you. Let the Buddha walk with you. Let the Buddha walk, just walk.
Let the Buddha walk with you. Let the Buddha walk with you. Let the Buddha walk with you. Let the Buddha walk, just walk. Let the Buddha walk with you. Let the Buddha walk with you.
So we're going to be doing the reading a little bit differently today. We are going to be chanting, for meditation time, we're going to be chanting a chant called Enmei Juku Kanon Gyo. And for the reading part, we're going to be all together reading the English translation, which you should have on the little pamphlet either next to you or in the hand of a person next to you. We will start after Reverend Matthew rings the bell.
Title.
You're going to ring the bell first?
English title. Read the English title.
Oh, yes. The English title is 10-Verse Sutra of Boundless Compassion. Bodhisattva, who hears the world's cries, paying homage to Buddha, forge a causal connection with Buddha, a karmic affinity with Buddha, a karmic affinity with Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, thus becoming eternal, joyful, selfless, and pure. In the morning, think of Kanzeon. In the evening, think of Kanzeon. Thought after thought arises from mind. Thought after thought is not separate from mind. Thank you.
Enmei Juku Kanon Gyo. Kanzeon Namu Butsu Yobutsu In Yobutsu En Buho Soen Joraku Gajo Chonen Kanzeon Bonen Kanzeon Nennen Jushinki Nennen Furishin Kanzeon Namu Butsu Yobutsu In Yobutsu En Buho Soen Joraku Gajo Chonen Kanzeon Bonen Kanzeon Nennen Jushinki Nennen Furishin Kanzeon Namu Butsu Yobutsu In Yobutsu En Buho Soen Joraku Gajo Chonen Kanzeon Bonen Kanzeon Nennen Jushinki Nennen Furishin Kanzeon Namu Butsu Yobutsu In Yobutsu En Buho Soen Joraku Gajo Chonen Kanzeon Bonen Kanzeon Nennen Jushinki Nennen Furishin 仏有仏有因有仏有縁不法相縁上落雅上少年観世音忘年観世音年々受信期年々不離心観世音南無仏有仏有因有仏有縁不法相縁上落雅上少年観世音忘年観世音年々受信期年々不離心観世音南無仏有仏有因有仏有縁不法相縁上落雅上少年観世音忘年観世音年々受信期年々不離心観世音南無仏有仏有因有仏有縁不法相縁上落雅上少年観世音忘年観世音年々受信期年々不離心I was trying to think of a way to do that from up here, but it seemed a little precarious with the bells and the mock talk and all those things, so safer to do that there. Welcome, everyone. Nice to see you all. Let me see if I can cue up my notes. So, I have been thinking about these, gathering these thoughts about the first two of the steps on the Eightfold Path, the wisdom group, we call them. And I want to share them with you. If they're interesting, that's great. But as one of my mentors, Sam Wright, said, if not, that's okay too. So he was a very, and if what I say causes you to go, ooh, clutch a little bit or kind of bridle, that's actually most interesting. You can kind of dig into that, ponder that. Why would that be that thing he said bothered me? And you can find insights that way too. So there's both the agreement insight and the ooh insight, but they're both useful. So for some reason I'm feeling the need to have the bell closer, but okay. So last time we talked about the Four Noble Truths of the Buddha, and then we found that the fourth noble truth is the Eightfold Path. So there's only really three noble truths and then the Eightfold Path. But eight folds in a path, Reverend Shelley and I have tried to share the entire Eightfold Path in one Dharma talk, and you have to talk really, really fast, and you can't ever get through it all, and everybody falls asleep. So we decided not to do that. We decided to take our time and be patient and just nibble away at it 2 or 3 folds at a time. It's called the Eightfold Path, but it sounds like a path like stepping stones, but it's not. They're kind of intersupporting elements to the path. The Dharma chakra, the Dharma wheel, shows that idea very well. It has 8 spokes, and all the spokes contribute to the emptiness at the center of the wheel. So it's an interwoven thing. But we will take them apart and look at individual spokes. So just to recount the Four Noble Truths, life can be joyful, is the first noble truth. But many of us don't live it that way. Because of grasping and wanting, we don't live it joyfully. The third noble truth is that if we take away grasping and wanting, joy flows in. And then the fourth noble truth is the Eightfold Path. I always feel like that's disingenuous, because you say, well, there's only 4, that's easy, and then you get to the fourth one and there's 8 more. So And then there's the 12-step chain of causation, and the 32 marks of a Buddha, and the 108, in the old days, they didn't have writing, so they would number everything and chant them in order, and that was why there's all these crazy lists in Buddhism. But the Eightfold Path works by changing our habit of being in the world, slowly, but systematically, removing the cause of our suffering. It's the great natural way to increase stability, find a life that is eternal, joyful, selfless, and pure, as we just chanted in the chant. So this is the Eightfold Path. I will now enumerate all 8. The habits of a Buddhist life: right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right quietude. Why does the Buddha keep saying right, right, right all the time? He sounds a little strident or something. He did not use the word right like we have right, like right and wrong. He used the word samyak. And samyak means just right. So those are very different things. Like anything, our spiritual practice can be overdone or underdone. To be skillful, we moderate our thoughts and understanding until they are just right in that moment. The Buddha's middle way is a subtle thing, following our Eightfold Path. To each of these aspects, we apply this just right quality. We look at the wisdom group today, the first 2 folds of the path: right understanding and right thought. Right understanding, which is samyak drishti, which doesn't have any vowels in it, so it's really hard to say in Sanskrit. Just right understanding is the foundation of our worldview. With an accurate and well-founded view, we can make progress on the path. If our view is upside down, then we suffer even more. There are degrees to this, so slightly improved understanding does slightly improve our experience. Matsunaga Sensei, my teacher and the founder of our temple, used to say that right understanding is seeing reality as it is, without distortion, without fanciful fiction. Magic and superstitions are not supported by Buddhism. A just right understanding is one that includes these fundamental ideas of karma, anatta, and shunyata. Right understanding is the kind of discursive thought part of Buddhism, the big ideas that people enjoy understanding and clarifying and discussing. They come up in the sutras and chants. I wonder if they know the fireside room is available for them to... Could you? Thank you. There's a little separate room that we have for kids. Okay, so right understanding are these good, the big ideas of Buddhism. So we do often chant the Emme Juku Kanon Gyo on Tuesday at chanting practice, and we did just now. It's a little bit hard to translate the title because Japanese doesn't do literal very well, because you have these 4 characters and they could mean a lot of things or just the 4 sounds. It depends. So Emme means life extending, but that also means boundless compassion. Juku is easy, it's 10 verse, that's okay. And then Kanon Gyo, Kanon is the Bodhisattva of compassion, here and here. And Gyo means sutra. So putting it together, it's the Emme Juku Kanon Gyo would translate as the 10-verse sutra of Kanon's boundless compassion. Yeah. The title tells us the chant's purpose. It is dedicated to Kanon, our compassionate bodhisattva, and chanting it forges a causal connection with great compassion for each of those of us who chant. It tunes us in a just right way Just right understanding and just right thought are within the chant. Compassion promoting life and well-being. So, I will remind you of the translation that Will read. Bodhisattva who hears the world's cries. Kanon. Paying homage to Buddha, forge a causal connection with Buddha, a karmic affinity with Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, thus becoming eternal, joyful, selfless, and pure. We think of Kanon in the morning and the evening. Our thoughts arise in mind. Our thoughts are not separate from mind. There's the chant. The chant starts with the Nembutsu, Nenbutsu, remembering the Buddha. We do that all the time here. That's Namu Amida Butsu, is remembering the Buddha. An effective practice of turning toward the Buddha. It is really the basis of just right understanding. I live in gratitude to the Buddha. Without this piece, reading about Buddhism, the nightstand, people have piles of Buddhism books on their nightstand, and they read them all the time, and they never come to the temple, and they never meet anybody in the Sangha. And it just doesn't work very well that way. It's an intentional system where the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha connect together to help us spiritually make progress. Then the chant works to amplify our connection with the Buddha. When we chant, we create a karmic affinity with the Buddha. Sort of sounds like we're hitching our wagon to the Buddha conga line or something like that. I don't know. Karma means action. We actively connect to the unfolding of our life to the unfolding of the life of the Buddha. And not just that. We actively connect our life to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. These three jewels. Every time we chant this sutra, we forge this karmic connection. Your karma is that habit energy and tendencies that lead you toward a wholesome view. And we connect that with the karma of the community, the karma of the Dharma, and the karma of the Buddha. Then, actually the chant is here. You can kind of see, well, if you look closely and you sort of are used to some of the characters, you can see what's going on there. But this is the chant here. So then the chant talks about our true nature. So when we forge this karmic connection with the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, then we can experience our true nature. So with right understanding, we can see how we are not really separate, I mean my beings. When we connect with the Buddha on this karmic level, we are really transformed. And that's how the flow of the chant goes. After that connection is made, then we are transformed. We can see that we are part of everything. We are part of a vast ocean of being where we are eternal, joyful, selfless, and pure. Until we gain a just right understanding of being itself by forging these karmic connections to the three jewels, we just chant and let that develop, let it come with patience and faith in the Buddha's wisdom. The oneness of this non-self view is the basis of our Pure Land school, our part of Buddhism. We see all extreme efforting to become a Buddha are expressions of false pride and the hubris of the ego. All we really need to do is take refuge in the Buddha with pure assurance, a true and trusting heart. Namu Amida Butsu is all it takes. Faith alone is all it takes to bring about birth in the Pure Land of Amida Buddha, where all the obstacles in the way of becoming Buddha are removed. That birth is the last birth before becoming Buddha. This all happens by other power, non-self power. In the vast ocean of being, Because of this non-self nature of all that is, we reach Buddhahood, thus becoming eternal, joyful, selfless, and pure. I think it's this one, but I'm not sure. I can pretty much see when it says Kanon and Buddha and just a few things. I can't really read. Then the chant finishes with the second fold of the Eightfold Path, Samyak Sankappa, just right thought. Nennen Jushin Ki, Nennen Furi Shin. Thought after thought arises from mind, thought after thought not separate from mind. Samyak Sankappa lives in the inception of our thoughts, that point in meditation where we observe thoughts coalescing and forming. The just right part is cultivating thoughts that are based in wholesomeness. Now, wholesomeness is one of those words, it sounds a little stodgy, like people would have like straw hats and ride bicycles built for two, like it's an old time thing, right? Wholesomeness. Please be wholesome. You don't see that. You look at the interweb, it never says, please be wholesome. It usually says the opposite, but okay. Morality is just not fashionable these days. Why is that? But wholesomeness is deeply grounded. It is not just an arbitrary set of rules in society so people get along. Think about it. When do we suffer the least? When we are whole. The Buddha approached this question practically. What leads to joyful life? Wholesome thoughts lead to benefit and less harm for ourselves and others. Thoughts are wholesome if they lead to wisdom, and they are less good if they lead to division, separation, and despair. If they promote the view of the whole universe, one fantastic interwoven system, interlinked, these thoughts are wholesome. Wholesome sounds much better when I say it that way. Yeah, okay. Our thoughts are empty of separateness. Nennen Furi Shin. What are the chances of that? I just sort of forgot. I said to Reverend Shelley as I was walking out, I forgot to do my phone. Okay. Shut up. Stop it. Dump the call. Okay. And out of prudence, I'm also going to turn off the ringer now, even though the cat has essentially gotten out of the bag. Okay. Our thoughts are not separate. Our thoughts do not belong to us. They are not mine. That's what this emptiness idea is about. Emptiness means a whole universe empty of separateness, where all elements are interconnected and co-arise with all other elements. Your thoughts arising are part of that universe, about that vastness. They are not separate things. Our self wants to cling on to them and make them separate, and that's a delusion, a misunderstanding of things. So, a few stanzas before, we noticed that our self became eternal, joyful, selfless, and pure. And two, our thoughts are part of that eternal, selfless, joyful purity of everything. So, the 10-verse sutra embodies the wisdom group of the Eightfold Path, right understanding and right thought on the Eightfold Path. The path is our Dharma foundation. Understanding that we are just a wave in a vast ocean without real separateness is essential Dharma understanding. You might have heard that we are preparing for our Art Town performance. That's when a group of us dedicate ourselves to some concerted chanting practice and really dig deep into the practice of chanting. It is super valuable. Now, if we had if you're new to our Sangha, and we don't have required courses, but if we did have required courses, chanting in the Art Town group would be one of them. So, do you see how that's a hint, but without, like it's not too pushy, it's really soft. It's like if we had requirements, this would be one of them. So, we learned so much about the different aspects of Buddhism through these chants. And no previous experience is needed. If you have a beautiful voice, express it. If you're tone deaf, please chant quietly. And you can be included. There's no separation, nobody's left out. Everyone is welcome, and it's really great to be part of this. We practice many chants, and we just learn a lot together. Questions come up, but just by chanting them over and over again, the way they were intended, we start to see insights we didn't see before. So, it's a lot of fun, and we're creating a free gift for the community together. So, I mention this because getting involved is what the Eightfold Path is all about. We can make a commitment and invest the time to learn more, and that helps us make progress on the path. If you are new, give it a try. If you've done it before, do it again. I wish I had a clipboard right here for you to sign up, but I don't have that with me, but that's okay. You can send an email to the office, and Reverend Shelley will put you on the list, and I think it's 4 chanting practices in sequence is the commitment. It's not that big. And then the performance itself. So essentially only 5 things. Give it a try. So this is the Eightfold Path. Let us walk the path together as fellow travelers. It gives us unshakable calm and deep wisdom, the heart of compassion. The joy-filled heart of the Buddha is available to all of us. The Buddha taught this Eightfold Path out of one great wish for all. Please say after me, may you be happy. May you receive boundless compassion. And may peace and harmony fill your heart. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Thank you so much. We usually finish by singing our Reno Buddhist Center theme song, which is on page 49 of the service book, which may be in the seat back pocket in front of you or behind you in some circumstances. Masako recorded, before she went back to China, she recorded this for us, so we will stand up and chant it together. Away, away, come away with me, where the grass grows wild and the winds blow free. Away, away, come away with me, I'll build you a home in a meadow. Come, come, there's a wondrous land for the hopeful heart and the willing hand. Come, come, there's a wondrous land where I'll build you a home in a meadow. The stars, oh how bright and far, of pure and eternal law. The stars, oh how bright they'll shine on that home we will build in the meadow. Come, come, there's a wondrous land for the hopeful heart and the willing hand. Come, come, there's a wondrous land where I'll build you a home in a meadow. Thank you so much. And now we arrive at the announcements portion of all church services. We have lots of announcements, most important of which is that there are tea and treats downstairs. So we just go through that door and circle around, and in the Aroma Hall, treats. I almost lost my mic there, so I better finish up before the batteries run out. There is Newcomer Circle down there, so if you're new, no, you don't have to raise your hand, just kidding. If you're new, you're welcome to come to Newcomer Circle. George Killeran will raise his hand. That gentleman there will be at that table, and that is where you go and you want to talk about Buddhism. My last announcement is, wow, this is a big one. July 15th through the 20th, we will have Losang Samten, a Tibetan priest, will create a medicine Buddha mandala in the middle of our Hondo, and that will be a wonderful experience. We will be open from July 15th to the 20th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., so you can view him do that. We'll have some chanting along with that, and you can come back a few times. It's quite wonderful. We do need volunteers to be present. I feel as though Kim, where is Kim? There is Kim. She is coordinating the volunteer group. So if you would like to volunteer, Kim, could you raise your hand? There's Kim. Talk to Kim if you want to help. Boy, I guess they're cutting me off here. Thank you all so much. Namanos.